Tonight's news focus: Sarawak to build medium-sized convention centre in Beraya Resort Township. Hana-Style housing project to be developed in Padang, Kerbau. Free education a long-term investment, not a burden. Good evening. A medium-sized convention centre is set to be developed in the upcoming Resort Township of Beraya, with full funding to be provided by the Sarawak Government, announced Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg. The project is part of a comprehensive master plan for Beraya, which will encompass the development of an administrative centre, residential areas, an international school, commercial zones, hotels and a marina to accommodate yachts and boats.
Saya rasa Beraya akan mengambil sekurang-kurangnya 10 tahun menjadi resort Township. Dengan berborang akan datang, termasuk convention center yang mempunyai saiz sederhana. Convention center kerajaan buat. Commercial residentialnya untuk masyarakat tertentu B40 kerajaan buat. Infrastrukturnya kerajaan buat. Yang lainnya kita sama membangunkan bersama dengan sektor swasta.
The Premier made the announcement during a Hari Raya Aidilfitri gathering hosted by 5 branches of Parti Pesaka Bumi Putra Bersatu (PBB Miri) held at a local hotel on Saturday. Expanding on the vision, Datuk Patinggi Abang Zohari highlighted Beraya's strategic location between Miri and Nia, describing it as an ideal catalyst for growth in the sub-beach region.
Termasuklah Lambing, Berkenu dan juga kawasan sekitarnya. Jadi ini akan memodelkan kawasan tersebut dan ia akan menjadi tarikan kepada para pelabur dan orang tempatan.
He added that the Sarawak Government will fund the convention centre, affordable housing for the B40 group, and the necessary infrastructure, while the remaining components of the township will be developed in collaboration with the private sector. At the same event, the Sarawak Premier also announced a housing development similar to the Hana project in Kuching will soon take shape in Padang, Kerbau here, as part of the Sarawak Government's efforts to provide safer and more secure settlements for residents currently living along riverbanks. Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg said the development will span 200 acres of land, with the first phase comprising 200 residential units.
Kita akan bangun 200 ekar di Padang Kerbau. Fasa pertama, kita bangun 50 rumah, 50 ekar, 200 lot. Dengan infrastrukturnya ready dan kita bangunkan bangunannya dan saya telah lulus 200 juta untuk kawasan tersebut dibangunkan. Ini fasa pertama dan kita akan bangunkan seluruhnya 200 ekar di tengah-tengah Bandar Miri.
According to Datuk Patinggi Abang Zohari, the Sarawak Government will fully bear the cost of land preparation, including land embankment works, installation of electricity and water infrastructure, road construction and concrete drainage for the project. In a further move to ease home ownership, he added that the state government will also cover an upfront payment of 10,000 ringgit for each unit, giving residents financial boost in acquiring their homes. The initiative is part of the government's broader vision to ensure urban development benefits all segments of the population, especially those in vulnerable housing situation. Meanwhile, the Sarawak Government's initiative to provide free education at local universities by 2026 is not viewed as a financial burden, but rather a strategic long-term investment aimed at nurturing a high-skilled generation of Sarawakians. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg said that although the cost of implementing the initiative will be significant, the state government is confident it can be fully cover tuition fees and even provide additional financial aid to students.
Dan bukan ada yuran diberi you, pocket money diberi you ribu setahun untuk sama. Bayarlah kita ada 10 ribu penuntut kita. Bayar. Kali dengan 15 ribu setahun. Selum daripada yubat. Tapi mun kita ngejar nak baik-baik tu, saya percayalah Tuhan akan menolong kita. Mungkin perdebatan kita betapa estimate kami 1 tahun untuk anak-anak pelajar ialah 700 juta untuk 10 ribu. 700 juta termasuk pocket money. Go ahead sajalah. Saya dah buat calculation, insyaAllah tidak menjadi beban kepada negeri Sarawak, tetapi demi untuk anak kita, kita akan menambahkan pendapatan negeri kita untuk anak masa depan.
Elaborating further, Datuk Patinggi Abang Zohari underscored the value of education not only as a means to uplift living standards, but also as a catalyst in producing skilled Sarawakans who can explore emerging fields and thrive in the modern economy. He reiterated the government's commitment to empowering local youth through quality education and capacity building, which he said is crucial for developing a resilient and competitive community. Bintulu has gained international recognition as one of the only 4 low-carbon industrial cluster in the world, earning it a distinguished place on the global map of sustainable development. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg announced that this remarkable distinction conferred by the World Economic Forum (WEF) also make Bintulu the only site in Malaysia to receive such a recognition. He revealed that a senior official from WEF had flown in from Geneva 2 months ago to visit Sarawak and assess the state's economic development potential firsthand.
Rupa-rupanya sidak Geneva World Economic Forum telah neropong Bintulu tu dan neropong Sarawak. Saya pun terkejut. Jadi disebutnya dengan saya, this is the emerging industrial cluster of the world. Maknanya telah mengiktiraf Bintulu sebagai satu-satunya emerging cluster yang berteraskan kepada tenaga-tenaga low carbon. Hanya 4 saja dalam dunia mengikut pegawai kanan ini, dan satu-satunya adalah di Malaysia, dan di Malaysia adalah Bintulu, Sarawak.
The Premier was speaking at the Bintulu Development Authority BDA Hari Raya Aidilfitri gathering held at the Ashakirin Community Hall in Bintulu on Sunday. He noted that this recognition reflects the success of Bintulu's ongoing transformation into an industrial hub powered by renewable energy and environmental friendly technologies, setting a global benchmark for other nations. Following this recognition, the Premier has also been invited to speak at the upcoming annual WEF meeting in Davos, Switzerland, an event that convenes global economic leaders at the end of the year. At the same time, the Premier called on the local community to remain open to change and to continue working closely with the government to sustain this progress for a brighter future. Meanwhile, the newly completed Jepak Bridge has been held as a catalyst for Bintulu's second wave of development, marking the beginning of a new, modern and inclusive chapter for the fast-growing division. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg said the bridge serves not only as a vital physical connector but also as a reflection of the state's aspirations to transform Bintulu into a world-class smart city.
Maka ini adalah simbol jembatan ini dalam proses pembangunan gelombang kedua yang berlaku di Bintulu, dan saya yakin BDA akan mempertingkatkan perkhidmatan mereka, kerana kita juga berkendakkan Bintulu not only as a modern city but also a smart city, having all the strategic infrastructure that will elevate Bintulu as a modern city, industrial city in Sarawak. Jadi inilah gambaran kita untuk masa depan.
The Premier highlighted that Bintulu is now supported by a network of strategic infrastructure, positioning it as a key hub for Sarawak's green industrial and technological ambitions.
Biarlah jambatan menjadi simbol perpaduan orang Bintulu. Biarlah jambatan menjadi simbol kemajuan dengan teknologi engineeringnya yang ada pada kita orang Sarawak.
At the same time, he expressed his appreciation to the people of Bintulu for their cooperation and openness to new ideas in driving the state's development agenda forward. Earlier in the day, the Premier also officiated the opening of Surau Darul Ashikirin, where he performed the Zohor prayers with fellow worshippers. At the same event, it also announced that the Township of Tatau has been officially placed under the jurisdiction of the Bintulu Development Authority, BDA, marking a strategic move by the Sarawak government to expand regional development and address the rising cost of living, particularly in housing. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg said the decision aligned with BDA's strategic development plan, which seeks to manage the growing imbalance between housing demand and supply in Bintulu.
Harga rumah memang mahal di sini, di sebelah ini, kerana it depends on the demand. Sekarang ini satu bilik pun 1,000 dah sewanya. Sebab itu kita buka kawasan baru supaya ada matching supply and demand, dan biarlah harga rumah adalah harga yang berpatutan. Sebab itu kita buka kawasan baru sampai ke Tatau.
He highlighted that Tatau offers vast land potential, but modern construction technologies must be utilized to bring down housing development costs, which in turn will help lower living expenses for the local population.
You should not be having problem on land. Land is there, but we must have the technology that will reduce the cost of constructing a house.
He further emphasized that the state's decision to extend development efforts towards Tatau reflects a broader commitment to enhancing the people's quality of life, particularly through improved access to affordable housing in rapidly growing urban centers such as Bintulu. And that's the English edition with me, Stephanie Jores. More news can be found on official portal ukaz.sarawak.gov.my and social media platforms including Facebook and YouTube. We end the UKAZ Bulletin with highlights from the Hari Raya Aidilfitri gathering organised by the coalitions of 5 Parti Pesaka Bumiputra Bersatu (PBB) Miri branches on Saturday. #Suara Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.